Hello everybody and welcome. A few days ago I did replace the rear drop links on my wife's Ford Focus Mark III. It's relatively straightforward process, and it is also the same on the Ford Focus Mark II. Both the Mark II and Mark III have two types of drop links at the rear. They are the straight ones, which usually equip the lower power versions like the 1-liter EcoBoost, the 1.6 petrol, and also on the Mark II as well. And then you have the L-shaped ones. They usually equipped the higher power ones, well, a little bit more than the current base models. And you have then the ST ones, which have slightly longer shape. But anyway, before you go and buy the necessary parts, always check with your parts supplier before you buy anything to make sure that they do fit on your car. So when should you replace the rear drop links? Basically, when you start to hear a slight knocking noise coming from the rear of the car. And sometimes you might see a notification on your MOT test saying that there is some play on the rear drop links. Or, as it was in my case, half of one side completely snapped off. Basically, I was clearing the weeds on my driveway and I noticed actually one half of it on the floor. I did ask my wife if she noticed any knock on the suspension. She said yes, and it was actually a bang noise when she set off the day before, so that explained it. To perform this job, you actually don't really need the specialist tools. Just get a set of ratchets, spanners, particularly with the sizes 15, 16 and 17, because the four original ones use for the locking nut number 15, and then at the bottom number 16 or 17, I'm not entirely sure, and then the replacement parts they use the 16 and 17. So just get both pairs so that you can tighten both ends of the drop links more easily. And of course you will need something to choke the wheel at the front, and then a trolley jack. To make sure that you perform the job safely, you should place the trolley jack under the car, where you can see that arrow mark on the seal molding, but be careful, do not start to load under the plastic bit, just go right under the seal where the metal is, put the car in first and choke the wheel, and then start to lift the rear of the car. Then once you have the car lifted, you can place a axle stand right in the middle of the axle carrier, as you can see in the picture, and then lower the car slightly so that you can free up the trolley jack in order to enable you to use it to lower or raise the rear suspension arms. Then you've put the trolley jack under the lower beam that you want to remove in order to release a little bit of the tension between the beam and the anti-roll bar, and actually give you a little bit of extra working space. Wow, that turned out to be a bit of a job. In my previous experience with the Mark II, it was so straightforward, but because these ones have stayed in this car for such a long time, the main mold just got so rusty, swelled up, and seized up everything around it. So no wonder I had to use a hacksaw in the end in order to get it out. But apart from that, it's not a really difficult job to do. But expect always the unexpected when you do even this most simple of jobs. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.